What's going on, guys? Aero here, and guys, that Nintendo Direct that just happened a few days ago was insane, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree, as the last thing that they showed off in that Direct was something that caught everybody off guard, and it was Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. So I know I made a predictions video talking about like all the predictions that I had as to what could be shown in that Nintendo Direct, and I did have some pretty big predictions. I talked about like Animal Crossing and maybe like Smash Bros or Pokemon or something like that, but I never thought that they could actually do something like that. Like, we always have those predictions of like them showing insane titles like that, like huge hitters in their Nintendo Directs, but most of the time they don't end up being the case. And I kind of figured that that's what was going to happen for this Nintendo Direct as well. I was thinking there were going to be some like a few surprises here and there, and I thought, like, you know how they showed off Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS, I would count that as like a surprise or something that people wouldn't see coming. But to think that they actually showed off Super Smash Brothers, that's just insane. So yeah, I remember watching through that Direct and I was thinking, well, alright, it looks like the Nintendo Direct is just going to end on the Splatoon 2 DLC, which was pretty exciting too. I was really looking forward to the Splatoon 2 DLC because it showed off like playable Octolings and that entire new campaign mode, so it was pretty exciting, and I was like, alright, this is a pretty cool surprise. I guess it's a good way to end off this Nintendo Direct. And they even tricked all of us too at the end. They said like, alright, well, that's all we've got for this Nintendo Direct, hope you guys enjoyed it. And then they were like, alright, we've got one more surprise for you. And I was like, alright, this is going to be something big. They kind of tricked us into thinking that the Direct was going to be over, and now they're saying that there's still something left. And then it went into the transition of showing the Inkling girl shooting the ink, and it looked like the Splatoon 1 trailer. So I was thinking like, alright, they already finished Splatoon, so why would they show off something else for Splatoon as their like final surprise? And I was really confused watching through that for like the first few seconds. I was like, why didn't they just include this with all the other Splatoon stuff? And it looked really similar to the original trailer that revealed Splatoon for the first time, so I was thinking like, alright, is this Splatoon 1 being ported onto the Nintendo Switch? But then I thought like, well, Splatoon 2 is getting so many of Splatoon 1's stages as DLC anyway, so then why would they want to port Splatoon 1 onto the Nintendo Switch? And then once I saw the two Inklings like fighting with each other, it finally clicked, and I was like, this has to be Smash Bros. There's no way that they wouldn't do that with Smash Bros. And then I saw the Smash Ball appear inside the Inkling girl's eye, and I lost it. I was losing my mind because I couldn't believe that Nintendo actually did that. Because we always see trailers like this and we're thinking like, is this actually going to end the way that I think it is? And then once Nintendo did it, I was like, wow, they actually did it. They revealed Super Smash Bros. I was for sure thinking that if this game was coming out this year, they were probably going to reveal it at E3 or something like that. Maybe not in a Nintendo Direct. But sure enough, they revealed that Super Smash Bros. Is in fact coming onto the Nintendo Switch this year. So now comes the question of discussing whether this Super Smash Bros. Game is actually an all-new title or if it's going to be a port of the Wii U version. As I know some people are already claiming that this is going to be a brand new game, there's no way that it can be a port, but because of the way that Nintendo revealed it, they did not flat out say right away that this is going to be a new game or that this is going to be a port. So it's still a little bit up in the air to decide, but I think a lot of the clues point to it being a new game. So I'll give you guys sort of all the reasons why people are thinking that this is going to be a new game and all of the reasons why it could be a port, because there's definitely reasons for each side. But I mean, I'll leave the end to you to decide what you think that this game actually is, and I'll give you guys my thoughts as well. So in terms of this Super Smash Bros. Game being an all-new title, there's actually a lot of reasons that support that. The first one here is with the logo. You can see right here that the logo that they revealed in the trailer when they revealed Super Smash Bros. Is different than the logo that we have for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. It's a little bit altered. You can see that there's like these slashes that go through it that aren't in the Wii U logo, so that could be a reason why it is a new title. But just because the logo is a little bit different doesn't mean that it confirms right away that this is a brand new Smash game, as a lot of times when the games get ported over onto the Switch, they do have a little altered logo. Best example of this is Mario Kart 8. You can see right here, this is the original Mario Kart 8 logo with like a blue 8, and then you can see that when we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they kind of changed the 8 as well. You can see it's like a little pink and a little bit blue, and they altered it with like the Deluxe rainbow text as well. So there's obviously a reason why they could just change it up a little bit for Smash Brothers on the Switch. They could just change up the logo a little bit, make it look a little bit different, just so that we can differentiate between both versions. Now, another reason that people think that this could be a brand new game is because of how when they reveal Super Smash Bros. In that trailer, at the very bottom where it talked about all the copyright info, it didn't say Bandai Namco, it just said HAL Laboratory. And we all know that Bandai Namco actually helped to create Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, and so it's pretty interesting to see that it's not here, which leads many people to think that it could be an all-new title, as it's not going to be developed by Bandai Namco, and Bandai Namco isn't assisting them to create this Smash game. Another reason that this could be an all-new Super Smash Bros. Game is if we take a look at the Smash Bros. Website. So if we take a look at the Smash Bros. Website, you can see right here that this entire website has pretty much been rebuilt around this new title. It's not like it's the Mario Kart 8 website where they just talked about how like, oh yeah, there's a deluxe version that you can buy as well, and they still talked about Mario Kart 8. This is like an actual new website that they have where they pretty much got rid of the Wii U content, and it's just this new title that says Super Smash Bros. So one of the lesser points that I think that I can agree with as to why this Super Smash Bros. Game is an all-new title is the fact that they showed off Link in that trailer and he has his Breath of the Wild design. So I'm sure as soon as you saw Link in that trailer, a lot of people were able to point out that this is actually Link's Breath of the Wild design and not the Twilight Princess design that we're used to in Super Smash Bros. And so people were thinking like just because of how Link has a new design, that pretty much just confirms that it's a new game. I don't really see that being the case. I think that even if this is a port of Super Smash Bros., they could obviously just have Link change his design to be more recent with the Breath of the Wild stuff, and I think they could definitely do that with like Mario and Cappy and stuff like that as well. I don't think that just because of Link having a new design, it confirms right away that this is an all-new title. So one of the stronger reasons as to why this Super Smash Bros. Game could be an all-new title is actually straight from Nintendo's website. So when Nintendo has a Nintendo Direct, they usually post some highlights on the Nintendo website. And if you take a look at the website and the highlight for Super Smash Bros., it actually says here that Super Smash Bros. Is a working title. So it kind of makes you think, like, if this was a port, they probably wouldn't have a working title, right? Like, they would have just told you right away, like, this is Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch, or Super Smash Bros. Deluxe, or Super Smash Bros. DX, or Super Smash Bros. Definitive Edition. Like, I feel like they would have just told us straight away if this was a port, then like this is what it's going to be called. But the fact that they mentioned working title does kind of make you wonder, like, why would they have a working title if it is a port? And finally, the other reason that I know a lot of people are saying that this Super Smash Bros. Game is an all-new title is because of how in the official Nintendo press release for this game, it mentions how this is an all-new game. But I mean, Nintendo uses this kind of phrasing a lot in their press releases. I mean, I remember when Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were revealed, and we didn't know if it was going to be like an Emerald type of game where it's an alternate story, or if they were actually full sequels. It talked about how in the official press release, like, it's going to be an all-new Alola adventure, and that kind of made it seem like it was going to be a sequel, and we all know how that game ended up. It ended up being like 90% the same as Pokemon Sun and Moon. So a lot of times they can use that kind of phrasing, but that doesn't really mean anything in their press releases. And now we have reasons as to why this could be a port. Now there's actually not that many reasons. The first one that I have is if we take a look at the official Amazon listing for this game, it says Wii U in the title right here. Now obviously this could just be a placeholder. As we all know, Amazon has a ton of placeholders in their listings, as like even the release date for this game is listed as December 31st, 2018, and I can guarantee you that game's not going to come out on that day. So it could just be a placeholder, but it does make you raise an eyebrow as to why it says Wii U. It kind of seems like it might have some Wii U stuff related to it, and that's why it could be a port. And finally, the last reason that I know a lot of people were talking about as to why this is an all-new Super Smash Bros. Game is at the bottom of the reveal trailer for the copyright, it just says copyright 2018 and not copyright 2014 to 2018. As we know, whenever ports happen on the Nintendo Switch, the copyright usually is the initial release year and then the release of the port. So yeah, this doesn't confirm right away that it's an all-new title. Now, if you want my personal thoughts on it, I actually think that this is an all-new Super Smash Bros. Game. I think that there's just a lot of reasons that point in that direction of it being a new Super Smash Bros. Title on the Nintendo Switch, but in the end, if it turns out to be a port, I wouldn't be disappointed. I just hope that a lot of people can understand that if it does turn out to be a port, then you can still be excited for this game. Because at first, everybody was just looking forward to Smash Brothers. I think we were all predicting that Super Smash Brothers on the Switch was just going to be a port of the Wii U version. Nobody was expecting it to be Smash 5, and that's what it kind of looks like here. And I think everybody was just thinking like, alright, reveal the game, it's going to be a port, we all know it. But now people are hyping it up because of how this reveal went, that it is a new Super Smash Brothers game. And just by somehow, if it turns out to be a port, I think people are going to start being really upset. And I don't want that to be the case. I'm just happy that Super Smash Brothers is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So there's definitely a lot of clues that point to this being an all-new Super Smash Bros. Title on the Nintendo Switch, but there's actually one big thing that comes from Mr. Sakurai himself on Twitter. So after the reveal, Mr. Sakurai tweeted on Twitter saying, "At this point, I can only reveal the game, and I don't even have a name for it, but I can confirm that I've been working on this game day after day in silence, and I hope you look forward to it when it releases." So if he's saying something like that, that kind of makes you wonder that it could be a new game, because why would he be working so hard day after day if it's just a port? Like, I think there wouldn't be that much effort involved if it was just a port, as they'd probably just update some new things. They could add a few new costumes and stuff like that, maybe add a few new characters. But the fact that he's saying that he's been working on this in silence for so long, it really does make you wonder that this is probably a new game that he's been developing. And if Mr. Sakurai has been developing an all-new Super Smash Bros. Game after the DLC wrapped up for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, I gotta give him props to that, as that's an insane thing to do, as I know even with Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, and all of the interviews that he's gone through and stuff like that, he mentioned how creating Super Smash Bros. Is so stressful on him, there's so much work, and he even talked about in multiple interviews how he doesn't see another Super Smash Bros. Happening, and how the Wii U one is most likely going to be his last one. But to think that he's actually working on another Super Smash Bros., that's just insane, and I gotta give him props for that. I mean, I remember reading this interview after the development wrapped up for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, where Mr. Sakurai was talking about how he's already working on his next project, and it's just insane to think about how at that time when I was reading that interview, his next project could have been this all-new Super Smash Bros. Game that we just saw a few days ago, and I gotta give him props for that if this is the case, as that's just insane to be working on another Super Smash Bros. Title right after you developed one for the Wii U. I probably wouldn't be able to do that. That would just be insane to have all that hard work spent into creating Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, and then having Nintendo tell you, oh yeah, we want you to make a better version on our next new system right after he finished wrapping up development for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. That's just ridiculous. Now, one of the reasons that I think it was so hard to develop Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U was because of how we went from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now, in Brawl, it wasn't even in HD, I think it was like 480p, and a lot of the characters were really floaty and stuff, and the physics weren't that good in Brawl, and that's why a lot of people didn't like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and to go from all that like 480p stuff into HD for the first time on Nintendo's first HD system with the Wii U, that must have been a lot of hard work. Now, I don't want to say that developing this Super Smash Bros. Game on the Switch is easier, because I'm sure it still requires a ton of hard work, but I think it might be less time consuming for Mr. Sakurai and his team, as since he's already got Super Smash Bros. Wii U as like a template, and he's already got all these HD models and stuff like that, there probably wouldn't be that much work that's involved in just creating all of the models again in HD, as that would only be required for the new characters and stuff like that. Like, he's already got all of the assist trophies and all of that in HD, he's pretty much just gotta like redo the moves and stuff if he's changing some of the movesets for characters. Like, I think how with Breath of the Wild Link and stuff like that, maybe he's just changing some of the moves and animations. Besides that, I think he's definitely got a lot of the skeleton already pretty much done because of Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. So I tweeted about Smash Bros on Twitter and asked you guys for your thoughts and if you want it to be featured in my next video. So let's take a look at my Twitter here and see if we got any responses. I'm gonna have to scroll down because I think I tweeted this a few days ago. So yeah, I said right here, so how are you all feeling about Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo Switch? Do you think that it's a port or a new game? What are your hopes and expectations for it? And reply to this tweet and you could be featured in my next video. So let's see, this person here is saying that remember that they can make this game quicker than Smash 4. Smash 4 already had 2 versions to work on. Smash 4 was the first time in HD. Those are 2 massive factors to production time. Since both of these factors are now gone, it makes sense that they can make it quicker than you thought. So I gotta agree with you there. I think because of how Smash 4 on the Wii U was already in HD, they could use a lot of those HD assets to make this game really fast on the Nintendo Switch. This person saying, I think it's a new game and I hope it will be like the older games where I can unlock loads of characters with skill and not the money. That killed Super Smash Bros. For me on the Wii U. Let's see, that one guy 2 Gaming says, I think it's going to be like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's going to be the Wii U game with new stages and new characters, and it will come with all the DLC from the Wii U one. Super Gaming 101 says, I'm really excited for Smash. I feel like it's going to be a half sequel like Splatoon 2, where it won't be enough to have a full sequel, but it won't have so little that it feels like a port. Either way, Smash is Smash, and I gotta agree with you there. I mean, I'm just happy that Smash Bros. Is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Matt here is saying that originally it looked like a port, but since the full name has not been presumably revealed, it increasingly looks like a new game. That tease for it at the end of the Nintendo Direct was great, and I gotta agree with you there though, that tease definitely did catch me off guard. I didn't think that they were actually going to reveal Smash Bros, which was insane. Andre saying here, personally I feel like it will be an entirely new game. That logo is slightly altered, and I'm positive here that there's going to be new movesets with updated character models. Smash 4 came out in 2014, the Switch was revealed in 2016. They probably have planned this for a long time, and there's definitely a lot of reasons as to that being the case too. Steven here is saying that I think it's going to be a deluxe edition with content from the 3DS and the Wii U, along with the DLC content from both. So yeah, like a lot of people are saying, it could be a port. Bradley here is saying that I feel like it's going to be a new game. The trailer was vague, but I think that there is evidence that it's going to be Smash 5. Nintendo knows what's up. Anthony here is saying that I think it's going to be a new game because of the new logo and the press release, and I mentioned that already, how it mentions that it's an all new game. VK Gaming saying that I feel like it's going to be an all new game and it's going to have reused parts from the Wii U. Let's see, this person says Nintendo was gonna make Smash at some point, so I really don't understand all the hype. I'm still excited though. I think Smash to Smash though, everybody wanted to have Smash. That's why there's so much excitement around it. This person's saying I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a new game because it's developed by someone else at this time. I could be wrong as well. So yeah, I think that's because of how it just didn't say Bandai Namco, but who knows. Some people are saying it's a new game because they said it. That doesn't mean anything though. Nintendo didn't officially say it right away. This is an all-new Super Smash Bros. Game. They just talked about it, and it seems like it's a new game. There's no 100% confirmation yet. Alcast saying cinematic trailer for the Wii U port makes total sense. My hopes are a new Ganondorf, clone characters like Dr. Mario, Dark Pit, and Lucina are into color palettes, maybe Lyn from Fire Emblem, and a new direction in custom specials. So yeah, I think those are some good predictions to have. Hopefully they add some new characters and they do something with custom moves. Personally, I think that custom moves weren't that good in Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. Like, you really weren't able to use them online at all with random people, and they just weren't that much fun for me, especially because of how it took so long to unlock them. So maybe if they could do something else with them, I think it would be cool to have them. Joe is saying that I'm thinking it's a port, but who knows? I'm buying it either way. And that's totally true. I'm definitely going to get it. Slow Speed Run saying I think it's going to be a new game. Smash 4 was released back in 2014. Surely they wouldn't have spent all this time just to port an old game. This will be a new game, and I predict that Crash and an Arms Fighter will be playable. So that would be really cool if that turned out to be the case. Dennis is saying a port wouldn't have a working title, right? And that's also another one of the big reasons that people are saying that this is an all-new title. Dragon of Snow saying I think it might use the Smash 4 engine, but other than that, it will probably be a new game. And yeah, I think down here, Wicked Am for us is saying I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole new game, and I'm going to love to play it, even though I don't own a Switch. But don't worry, I think a lot of people are going to buy a Switch just for Super Smash Brothers, so you're not the only one who probably doesn't have a Switch. And yeah, Eric is saying, what about Pokemon? They are each in Smash Bros. Will we see Gen 8? And if so, how do we get around early reveals thanks to Smash? We all know that Smash is a 2018 release, so then what about Pokemon? I think there's definitely a lot of reasons as to why a Gen 8 Pokemon could be in Super Smash Bros. On the Switch. I think if you take a look at Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, there's actually an interview, I don't know if I could find it and put it on screen, but there was actually an interview where they talked about how Greninja was actually in Super Smash Bros. Before they finished making him in Pokemon X and Y, which is really insane. So I don't know if they could do something like that this time, where they have a Gen 8 Pokemon before it's actually revealed to us, but they already have it in development for Smash Bros. On Switch. But who knows? I think that would be cool. This person replies saying, I want to see Decidueye in it. I think a lot of people would love to have Decidueye in Super Smash Bros. But I think considering how he already got into Pokken, maybe they could pick some other Alola Pokemon to put in, maybe like a Mimikyu or something. But either way, I think there's going to be some new Pokemon that we can all look forward to. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your responses. I actually got to read all of them this time. So yeah, thank you so much, and be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want to be featured in videos like this. And so there you go, guys. Those are all of my thoughts on the all-new Super Smash Bros. Title on the Nintendo Switch. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below and let me know how you feel about the Super Smash Bros. Game on the Nintendo Switch. Are you looking forward to it? What type of new characters do you want to see? Do you think that it's a port or a new game? Definitely let me know all of your thoughts down below. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Smash Bros. Content in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero if you ever want to tweet me something or send me something. I'm usually able to reply to everyone on Twitter, so definitely go and follow me there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.